Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to another special request spirit reading and messages on this subject. Okay, so this came from Anna, and thank you so much for this. This took me on a ride. The first thing I said to you in the comments when you asked for this, you asked, how can we help others, especially children, through the ascension process? And when you asked that question, I was hit with just a powerful surge of how I have tears in my eyes when I said this to you, by the way, and I have it again just thinking about it. But I literally said to you, how lucky are they to have you to communicate with? How lucky are they? That is what I felt so much. It brought tears to my eyes. So I just want to let you know that when I responded to you, what I was actually feeling, like the energy behind it, because I said that already is so much. You don't even realize how much that really is. And I said at the time, I don't really feel guided to a reading because that's so massive. In my head, it was just the profound wave of how lucky are they to have you in their life. And so whoever is watching this video, how lucky are they? And when I said that, it was 111 on the video. How lucky are they? And I was guided to this. We're definitely going to do a reading about it. This is the Indigo Angel deck, but they showed me share your wisdom. How lucky are they to have you that they can communicate to, that can be there for them? How we did it alone, for the most part. We didn't know what the heck was going on. There are a lot of strange words that almost don't make sense. You have no idea what's happening in the process. You're not on your own side. All these things. And most of us, including myself, didn't have another living soul to talk to about it, to even express what's going on, that could understand what was going on. So when they showed me this card, it was like you in their life. How lucky are they that you're walking with all this wisdom, with full of love, like purple, like you're so... you know so much from your own experience, your own wisdom. How lucky are they? And just really feel that, because sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for what we know, for what we've been through, how we can, just by being there is enough in so many ways. And so I really wanted you to feel what I wrote to you when I said, how lucky are they to have you to communicate to? Okay, so now they guided me into a bunch of decks, and I want to share with you why. So they guided me to the Indigo Angel. We're going to get messages from the Healing Angels. We're going to get messages for Goddess Guidance, and we're going to get messages for Real Divine Self-Care. So this was a journey. The first thing they wanted me to let you know before we even get into the reading, really profound things, which woke me up. It's again really early in the morning. So the spirit message I got before we even do the reading, how to help others and children through the ascension process. First of all, like I said, how lucky are they to have you to communicate to someone who can help. I mean, and I rattled off already. I don't want to get too off tangent and rattle, but the next one was so beautiful because they were like, next point, let them know nothing bad or wrong is happening. Nothing bad or wrong is happening. And are you ready for what they said? Just clearing and healing. We're just clearing and healing. So a lot of the times people talk about ascension. They talk about all these big, huge words that maybe children and other people don't even understand. Listen, I don't even get some of the terms that people use for ascension process. I just know what it feels like. And also, it's almost like never over, because when you feel, I know people talk about dark night of the soul, and you have, you know, I definitely had, but you have like a couple of those almost, it feels like many times over. There are times when you're beaming with energy, you're knocked out from energy, you have sensations going on, you have no idea. Your clair abilities are opening up, all your clairs, you feel very isolated. A lot of the time I'm finding, you know, people like this channel, all right, I will also say to you, there is no one in my physical life that I can talk to about these things. No one. No one. And I've been on this earth a very long time. You who's listening, you just were attracted to the energy somehow. Your spirit guides led you to this thing, but we're like scattered across the globe. I have never had anybody that I could talk so frankly about spiritual things. So imagine the experience of growing up. I remember as a child watching Sylvia Brown. I don't know if you remember her on the Montel Williams show, is where I found her. And I used to remember wishing she was like my grandmother. She used to speak about, her grandmother was very psychic. So right from the get-go, she felt very okay. She felt very accepted with all she was, everything she was experiencing. She was enveloped with someone understanding and being there. So that's why the first thing was that you're there in their life, in the physical, that you can, be there as a support, guidance, to share wisdom, just to listen, just to be that kind of comfort. That's why I was guided to all these decks. It's so healing. And I remember getting a pang of almost envy or jealousy, like she had somebody that could help her and make her feel normal, okay? Just the number one of feeling normal. So letting them know nothing bad or wrong is happening. And then they said just clearing and healing. So, okay, this was a very deep concept, so I'm gonna break it down. People talk about ascension, they have a lot of buzzwords and almost scientific words, and especially for children or other people who are not, I mean, what the hell is that? If you have to read pages and pages of what that even means, they want to break it down really simple. We always talk about you're a spiritual being in having a human experience, right? So the most normal thing is when the massiveness of being a spiritual person in a human body. Then as you're growing, as you're evolving, what they're describing as ascension process, and then all the stages and all this, all it really is clearing and healing to more of what you really are, to all you really are, to all you're really connected to. It's almost like when we got here, it's like whether it's gravity or the wall or how it is that we appear separated, but we're not. It's like we forget, we don't remember, we just need to be reminded. And I also think like on Earth, maybe it's denser, and so we don't realize that things that are the most natural, that are the most true, are the most, so instead of looking at it as ascension, like we're rising up, like we're physically doing something, and there are all these difficult stages, just describing it as it's just clearing and healing. So whatever they're experiencing in the physical wise or emotional wise, it's just another point of clearing something out or healing something. Because every time you clear and heal, you're actually what they talk about ascending, quote unquote, ascending or waking up or all this. All it really is rising up, using more of your higher self, which in essence is more of your spiritual self. And so with each point, it's almost like never over, because you're constantly clearing, constantly healing, and that's the ascension, right? When you really just look at it as just clearing and healing, what does that feel like? That's definitely much less scary. You're not talking about ascension in the terms of things that they don't understand, their mind can't wrap around. It's not really providing safety, healing, calming, soothing. Okay, so I think the enormity of these words and what we put on it, we make it much more difficult than it really has to be. And on very simple terms, it also allows them just to have immediate talk about self-care, like self-compassion for themselves and the process all the way through, that they're just clearing or healing something every single thing that they're experiencing. That's what we're doing. We're clearing and healing. So instead of those huge words that nobody really understands, and if you're sitting there reading it, and it is also coming from different people's perspective, but it's like no matter what they're experiencing, it's just a clearing, it's just a healing, and on the other side of it, they've pretty much brought in more of themselves into the earthly experience. That's the best way I can describe it. So it's not intimidating, it doesn't feel, anything, and then it's terms they can understand, and then you're not beating yourself up. There's a lot also that leads to the next one. all the way through, let them know they are good enough just as they are. And this one made me cry because they're actually making me share. When I was a kid, when I was a baby, my parents said to me every night before I went to sleep, when they said goodnight to me, I would say, was I good today? There's something innate in really sensitive children, especially, and, you know, they need to feel good enough no matter where they're at, and no matter what, just all the way through, they're good enough just as they are. So as much as we talk about, oh gosh, the ascension process, or you know, adults do this too. You know, we're looking, you know, you want to be as awakened as possible. They use those buzzwords. You want to quicken the ascension process. You want to have enlightenment. You want to further clear and heal, so you're more using your higher self. That's the terms I use. I just try to keep it very simple. I know there are a gazillion other terms, but if you look at all the terms you've ever read or studied, this is like the simplest, grounded, practical way to really look at it. You're just clearing and healing, and every time you clear or heal something, you're actually now a level, like not even a level up, you're just you have more access to all that you already are, right? So it's a much kinder, more compassionate way to look at the whole process, and we need that because we don't need to add anything extra to it. And as children and teenagers, and the hell of the ride that it is to get through those years as it is, and your emotions are all over the place, and you're already beating yourself up, and you already think you're not good enough, the best thing to do for a sensitive soul on a spiritual, you know, you're trying to help and aid them, is to let them know they're good enough right where they are, right where they're at. And every experience is going to enable them. First of all, they let me know every experience is used. It's used. And not only that, but the most difficult moments of your life are being used. For example, like just like they said, Michelangelo had a clump of stone, and he chipped away, and that became the work of art. That's the same thing. You are a work of art, and everything that chipped away at your soul shaped you. And not only that, but you're bringing that to every experience forward. You don't even realize how much it's used. That was drilled into me. Like, there was a purpose to that. Your hell had a purpose. Your difficult time had a purpose. And everything is to clear and heal. Nothing bad or wrong is happening. All the way through, you're good enough just as you are. And how lucky are they to have you who's listening to help them through, because a lot of us didn't have a single soul to talk to, and just to be there to listen, to be compassionate, just to be an open ear, to make them feel it's okay, to help them soothe. I think being able to soothe is a big thing, soothe and calm down. And it's all about clearing and healing, and everybody does it on different times and in different ways and through different experiences. And though there is some commonality that we talk about, you know, the insane energy differences you feel and experiences, but it's all clearing and healing. So then you're incorporating more of yourself, your actual self, your real spiritual self, more of your higher self. So let's get into it. So I definitely wanted to share that, but most importantly, I felt, Anna, with you, anyone listening, how lucky are they to have you there? You know, how lucky are they just to have you present, to be the energy that you are, the ear and the heart that you are. And yeah, and you know, so they're already so lucky. They're so lucky. So let's get some indigo cards, indigo angel cards, to top up this reading about how to help others through the ascension process. Now, they were making me feel like these cards are for them and for us at the same time. So take it how it resonates. But it's us trying to help others and children through the ascension process, but then, you know, what's the guidance for them as well, and for us in aiding them with going through. The question literally was helping others and children through this whole ascension process. And I even like how they made me reterm it as just, look at it, as just clearing and healing, further clearing and healing. So you can embody, it's almost what they gave me was like living 5D in the 3D. That's what we're really doing. Like when I say all our clair abilities are getting more clear, listen, that's the clearing, right? There's a lot that we're healing, that we put on ourselves and what the world has damaged. But if you know everything's being used, everything's being utilized, Yeah, look, we're providing them freedom. We are providing them freedom that we didn't feel during that experience. That's our gift to them. When they made me start with that card, let them have freedom knowing this now, and shielding. This is shielding. Look at the bubble here. This is why they made me put freedom and shielding at the same time. The balance between freedom and shielding. The shielding is reminding me of, they led me to the real divine self-care. So let's get right into the real divine self-care. Shielding is, there's going to be times when they're going to have to incubate, and I almost feel like we're helping them with this too. You have to have feel safe and protected. There were a lot of times I did not know how to protect myself properly. So let's see. You have great freedom, but at the same time, you have to shield your energy, protect your energy, and we're going to help them do that. We're going to help have them feel like this instead of being like that. There were so many times we had to like hyper shield. Listen, there are definitely times we have to feel protected and safe through the whole process. But also, I almost feel like we can help them have more freedom from feeling like this. Almost feels like, look at how she doesn't want to be seen, even in the bubble where she's hiding in this bubble. We can grant them more freedom than we did. We may have even had a difficult time, and we had to go more in a shielding time periods, because we didn't even have the people who are watching this video now. They're going to be more, we're allowing them to be more free. There definitely is still a need to be shielding of toxicity and negativity, and there are going to be times when, you know, of that. But what I'm really getting is they're going to have more freedom because of, they're going to have more freedom, or it's almost like we're helping them to have more freedom. They're not going to have as much to shield themselves from because of what we've done. Wow. Sleep and rest more whenever you need to. Leave it all for another day. Going back to the shielding, or if you need time to take care of your energy, know wholeheartedly you have divine love and support all through your life. This is the gift that they're saying to give them, that they're good enough right where they're at. We're also the helpers in shielding them and allowing them more freedom, and letting them know that we're there giving them divine love and support all through their life. They are not alone. There's something in this card like, yes, we have to shield ourselves and stuff, but they're so lucky because they have us that's also giving, like letting them know wholeheartedly you have divine love and support all through. If there are times that you need to sleep or shield yourself, yes, we need to incubate sometimes. Expect and desire more for yourself as you strive to always better yourself in situations. This makes me feel like, look at it more as we're just clearing and healing. You're good enough just as you are. And as you go forward and fly on, yeah, expect and desire more for yourself as you strive to always better yourself in situations. And even if they feel lousy, even if they need more sleep, if they're going through huge emotional turmoil, you know, all the sensations, know that you're just striving to better yourself in situations. Look at it as clearing and healing. Sometimes it could feel like shit. Sometimes it could feel, excuse my language, it could feel like you need to escape from the world. You can't always be on. You're going to need a lot of real divine self-care, which is what this deck is. They made me skip everything. Let me go to divine healing. Let's see if there's any messages just from the healing energy, the healing angels, because they were making me feel so much healing and compassion, and how lucky are they that they are to help them through this process, and let them look at it as just clearing and healing and just being there for themselves, and we're there for them, and we're accepting of them, making them feel good just wherever they're at. And if they need downtime, more sleep, if they need that, always take real divine self-care of yourself. But look, this bubble, they're alone in this bubble. This made me feel like they're alone in this bubble, right? Trying to do it like me and you, like trying to do it all on our own. But look, these are bubbles too. And we're there letting them know also. Like, we're granting them more freedom because we have risen up and been there before, and we're providing additional shielding or protection from the previous way of having to experience this. That's what I just got. We're part of the healing. Like, everyone who's experienced it, like they began, share your wisdom, because it doesn't have to be as difficult as it was for us. It doesn't have to be so what the hell is going on, or scary, or alone, or, any of those. And we don't have to have huge scientific words that nobody quite understands, so the knowledge can't be passed on. You could just say, we're clearing, we're healing. So get back into bed if you feel you need to. Take the day off if you need to. Take real divine self-care of yourself, and not just you, but I'm allowing you to. I'm on your side with that, and I'm helping and providing the shielding and the freedom that you need to manage all this energy and the clearing and the healing that you need through the Ascension process. So that's what I'm getting. It's just really beautiful, actually. It's so multifaceted. That's why at first I was like, I don't know if I can do this reading. It seems so massive, and a lot of it was us being there to assist, to help, to be understanding, to put it into more realistic context, to just let them talk it out if they need to, just give them a hug if they need to, give them a break if they need to, just to let them know that they're good enough wherever they're at. Because a lot of this, a lot of these have like tears and I don't know. It's like it's clearing and healing. And there is no real stage, because everybody does it there's no way to quantify it. Everybody has, their hellish experiences. Everybody has different things that shape them. It's no good, no better. There's no comparisons with that. Yeah, release. Yeah, release. And we have work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. I feel that there is a lot that we're letting go in the Ascension process. When we're letting go of along the way, Archangel Michael is there to help you let go of things that no longer serve your purpose, to feel protected. I always feel like Archangel Michael is very protective. So if there's anything that we need to release when they talk about clearing and healing, to know that you have help and support, seen and unseen, I just want to say that helps with letting go of things. Sometimes the worst and hardest things are the time when we're actually just releasing. Like they said, it's clearing. To stop looking at Ascension as attaining, but more it's releasing. When they say clear and heal, look at Ascension as just clearing and healing. Just look at Ascension as further clearing and healing. Twin flame. Okay, we have the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like this togetherness, that we're all in it together, and it's divine love coming through. Remember when they said there was something about divine love? Well, no wholeheartedly, yeah, it landed right on it, okay? No wholeheartedly, you have divine love and support all through your life. Remember, you're good enough, you have divine love. Twin flame reminds me of divine love. I have goosebumps. The answer to your question involves a spiritual-based relationship, but I'm saying it's divine love is here for you through it all and always, through the clearing, release, and the healing. And how fortunate that we can all be there for each other, especially ones that, like the question was about children. And, okay, so let's get one more. Is there one more? No, there's just divine love to help release. Wow, there's divine love to just release. Is there any other one? Now they're showing me the goddess guidance. So this goddess guidance, it could be for us and it could be for them, but this is divine love to help us release. I think help release what makes it more complicated, help release anything that, releasing the majority of, when they just say, look at Ascension as clearing and healing, that's the release, the divine release for Ascension. Okay, so let's get the goddess guidance. Because if you just look, instead of saying Ascension, it's clear and release. And you're divinely supported all the way through, and there's divine love for you, and support all the way through. It's such a nicer, calmer. I knew this one was going to come out. I knew it. Especially when it comes with sleep. There was no a card to this said sleep and rest more whenever you need to leave it for another day. And this is cycles and rhythms. This is to help with the cycles and rhythms of it all, because this affects when we're clearing and healing and what they say ascending, like using more of our higher self. Like we cleared something out, we healed something, so we're now tapping into more of our higher self. That is in itself what Ascension is. During that process of clearing and healing, there are definite cycles and rhythms. You could definitely need more rest, more sleep, leave things for another day. It's too much. Stimuli could be too much. Like with this, with the shielding, there's a lot. Like you can't compare yourself to others. There's going to be times when you just need to be home in the covers. You know, there's cycles and rhythms with your energy, to be kind to yourself through that, and to pass that on to others. When you said with children or others, when the cycle and rhythm of they're going through it, the dark, the light, the rhythm of it all, trying to ride the energy waves, you're there comforting, soothing, letting them know they're just clearing something out, they're healing something. Of course, get more sleep, get more rest. If you have too much on your schedule, you can let a couple go. Don't push yourself, don't pressure yourself. Remember, you're good enough wherever you're at. We're just riding the wave of the energy, and it's all for good, no matter what it looks like. This also goes with there are going to be good times and bad times, but know that the whole ride is being used. There's something about that, because that was a spirit message I got right after this question too, that bathed me with healing, further healing, that you can let go of everything you put on top of yourself. Like say you had a bad experience 10 years ago, and then consciously, unconsciously, you've been beating yourself up. Like we add more, but then they bathed me with relief that that experience is being used today. How? It made me more compassionate, it made me more empathetic, it made me more sensitive. It chipped away, like going back to the Michelangelo. Let the young people know, like their experiences are shaping them, and it's all being used. Your worst times, the things that you think are horrible, they're going to be gifts that you tap into and use and ride later on down the road. You don't even know it yet. You don't even know it yet. Honor, so this is multifaceted, but I just share what I get. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Yeah, honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Honor it. Honor yourself all the way through. Honor the ride all the way through. Honor the cycles of your body. So you listen, your energy levels, your emotions. You're on your own side. You have real divine self-compassion for yourself, real divine self-care for yourself. You feel good enough every step of the way. This is what we can pass on, to honor it. You're going to use it all. It's a ride of energy. Honor the cycles of your body, your energy levels and emotions. It's the kindest thing to do. It is a cycle and rhythm. It is up and down, dark and light. It does feel like a ride, but to really, I love this word honor, especially after they made me ramble, but honor the whole, all the cycles of your body, your energy levels and emotions. And that's what they want us to do, to pass on for them. That it is an honoring. It is an honoring. There's such divine love and support. It's just releasing along the way of this ride. Just know all along the ride of energy, you're just clearing and healing. To be on your own side with it. We can help them be on their own side of it. I want to end it with what they began with, those spirit messages, because it bathed me myself. How to help others and children through ascension process. First, how lucky are they to have you to communicate to, someone who can help. Next point, let them know nothing bad or wrong is happening. It's just clearing and healing. And all the way through, they are good enough just as they are. I have to end it there. That's so beautiful, because I think on some level, our inner child even needs to hear that. Even our inner child needs to know that, right? It does. And they, again, like I began, and I'm ending it on how lucky are they for you and whoever's watching this video, that they have you in their lives to communicate to be there, to have been through it, to pass it on. Yeah, so this has been literally, oh gosh, I rambled so much that this took me on a ride. Talk about honor it all, honor it all. How to help others and children through ascension process. Take care. Bye-bye.